Good evening and welcome to the Kelleher and McLeod pre-concert talk with KHFM. I'm Brent Stevens of Classical 95.5 KHFM. Thank you so much for coming. Tell your friends, these are a great opportunity to learn more about the music, and tonight we have, of course, a rare opportunity, the finals of the Olga Kern International Piano Competition, the first, probably needing no introduction, but nevertheless, Olga Kern. So normally we'd talk about the pieces that are going to be played, but tonight I really want to talk about the competition, about what the week has been, and about competitions in general. So I was doing a little bit of research. Van Cliburn won the gold medal at the first ever Tchaikovsky piano competition.
That's right.
He, to me, first of all, I think it was such, I don't even know the word for the courage to go right in there and play Tchaikovsky and Rachmaninoff in front of the judges. But I also don't think that there were that many competitions in those days. That was in 1958. I think, was it 2001 when you won the Van Cliburn competition?
Yes.
If I counted right, that was your 12th or 13th competition at that point.
Yeah, something like that. Nowadays, kids are actually doing twice or three times more than I did. So number 11 or 12 doesn't count anymore. So yes, those days when legendary Van Cliburn won first Tchaikovsky International Piano Competition in Moscow, there were competitions, of course, like Queen Elizabeth and others, but there were not so many like now. Plus, I think that a lot of contestants and competitors came from Russia these days, and China, of course, but when the door the border opened, when Gorbachev came and became president in that time in Soviet Union, when the doors were open to musicians to go abroad, this is when a lot of young musicians started to compete in different countries all over the world. So that was a huge opportunity for them. And I remember myself, the first competition I won, it was a youth competition when I was 11 years old in Prague, Concertina Praga. And I had a huge auditions before just to compete in Prague. I had first all school competition, then all Russia competition or Moscow competition, then all Russia competition, all Soviet Union competition. So I needed to win all of that prior going to Prague and compete there.
And that was at the age of 11?
Yes.
Wow.
So it was different time. Nowadays you can go without any audition anywhere you want. Of course, in a competition like this, or Van Cliburn, or a big competition, Chopin or Tchaikovsky, there is audition before actual competition, because there are a lot of applicants who apply, and you need to really take a look at all of the applications, the documentations, all their awards, and also a video, which they usually submit.
I was going to ask, are the auditions mostly audio and video nowadays?
Yes, in some competition like this one, we had video. So almost all of them send a YouTube recording, which is normal these days. With the technology we have now, it's easy. So, and it was easier for the audition jury to just hear and see all of them, and then select. We had more than 100 applications, and then we selected 24.
Of whom 23 finally
actually it was 24 plus 2 extra, because we didn't know if someone would not come by some of the, any reason. So there were a couple of withdrawals, and one of the actually extra contestant who said, yes, I'll come and join the competition, she's in the finals. Isn't it incredible?
So,
What a lucky star.
so she got
had.
she got a call
Above her.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think one of the contestants, he had a problem with his visa, so he couldn't make it on time. So I think it was like, yeah, pretty much a couple of weeks. And she really wanted to be here and compete, and here she is in the final.
Now, speaking of YouTube, has anyone been watching the stream this week? I have been just addicted to it. You know, I'll sit at my desk and I'll be doing other things, and then I'll hear a passage and I'll have to go back and see who that is and what they're doing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, actually, you know, my friends from different countries were commenting on the live stream. Isn't it incredible?
Yeah, it's
That
really
a lot of
remarkable.
people can be with all of us in Albuquerque with that technology nowadays. So it's great.
Why Albuquerque?
It's my second home. I love this stage. I've been here so many times, you know. I love, I think that the first time I came here right after a Clyburn competition, after 2001. So I've been here, what, almost 15 years.
And
I
we
have
love
so
you,
many-
and of course the
yeah.
thing that's on everyone's mind is that tomorrow is Olga Kern Day in Albuquerque.
Oh my God,
So-
yes.
So you
I'm
must
so
have.
honored. I'm so honored. I'm so honored because, you know, a big part of my heart definitely stays here. It was always staying and will stay. So, of course, I can say that, of course, Fort Worth, when I actually won Van Cliburn competition, is also a part of my life, and it's a very special place. Also, New York, where I am living right now, and where my son went to school. He just graduated from Juilliard Pre-College. Yes, so it's another home for me. So I have actually 3 homes in United States. And of course, my country where I was born and grew up, Russia, where my parents are still there, both of them, in Moscow. So this place is just giving me so much positive energy. For me, nature is very important. One of the most important inspirations to play music for me is, of course, meeting great musicians, work with the great artists. It's a huge inspiration. But another inspiration is nature, and this nature for me gives me something really very special. And the sun shines here almost all the time. Isn't it amazing? All year long. And, you know, being on the road all the time, many times the weather is not so great, especially in the winter time. It's difficult to travel, and then to know that I always know when I travel to Albuquerque, I'll never be late because there is no delays here. I mean, weather-wise.
Yeah.
You know, technical, yes, but no weather-wise. So it's just wonderful, and the people are so great here. And the orchestra is just fantastic. I know these musicians for 15 years, and we just, you know, perform so many different pieces, and work with them, and every time be here and share with you this great music. It's very special for me.
We're going to open up the evening to questions from the audience, so maybe we can bring the house lights up a little bit. And if anybody, we'll just keep asking questions. If anybody has a question, we've got one down here, I think. We're running the microphone. I surprised them at the last second, so.
Yes, you said that you did the selection with YouTube videos. How do you do blind auditions that way?
Yeah, so we didn't really have, we just had the names. We didn't even have the ages for the contestants. So it was no countries, nothing. There is a special program which almost all competitions now use for the audition by videotapes and YouTube. So usually the competition is posting when the contestant are sending email with the YouTube link or something like that. I don't know exactly how it works, but competition is putting all the videos together in a special program. So each audition jury, whenever they are, I was traveling that time when when I was, you know, looking and listening to all that videos. you can actually access from any computer, and we didn't know anything about anyone. And it's a really incredible thing, I must say, that when we had 24, almost all jury was exactly on the same page. So there was no difficulties to actually choose 24. And the most amazing thing was to find out afterwards, looking at all the documents afterwards of all these 24, to know that one of the contestants actually from here.
From Albuquerque.
From Albuquerque. That was absolutely incredible, impossible in the way, and a huge surprise and a happy surprise.
She's asking, how do you keep from a bias between men and women contestants?
I mean, it's
It doesn't exist, does it, among artists?
exactly. So whoever is playing better, they are in a competition, you know. And I think that we were lucky because I think we had pretty much 50-50. So I was very happy to see a lot of women.
You should also know
younger.
that the last few days have been pretty incredible for the judges. 10 and 12-hour days of listening with a break to eat and then putting together the stuff at night and staying up. I had trouble sleeping last night, and I have nothing to do with this. I would think that you guys must be just...
I think that the whole week I didn't sleep at all, even though I'm trying to look good. But in any case, yes, it's so exciting, and there is so much great music and such a great performances that it's very difficult to sleep, to fall asleep. And all of us, all the jury members, after the competition, after each round of the competition, we just... it's just impossible to fall asleep. We talk, and it's like we are little children in the way, because we are so excited, and music is putting us in such a different world. So it's very special. It's very special to have opportunity for such a short period of time to hear such a great talents in one place.
Did we have a question over here?
Yes, I was wondering if you could speak to what it is you're listening to as you're going through the preliminary and the second round, because I was listening to as much of the live stream as I could, and I went to one of the sessions, and I know what I like style of judging, and I would think that choosing 4 from the people I heard would be impossible. So how did we get from 24 to 4?
Yeah, you know, it's very difficult to choose, you know, from 21, 11, and from 11 specifically 4, you know. Unfortunately, competition is a competition, you know. All the jury members have their particular ideas and their own personal opinion. So actually, I was happy to see you know, more or less same option and opinion on this or another contestant. So it was difficult to choose, definitely. But I think that pretty much we are happy with the results for the final. And you know, we were looking, of course, from the first round. I really wanted to, because as artistic director of the competition, I thought that the first round, preliminary round, should have polyphony as a Bach, of course, and then some classical sonata, and then, of course, etudes to show the technique, and piece by Rachmaninoff, because Rachmaninoff is a very special composer for me, and not only for me, but I think for the all pianists, Rachmaninoff is a very important and special composer. So I really wanted to see all the 21 contestants, how they will do that, how they will do this task. So it was easy to see who was definitely better in all the composers than others. So we choose 11. And then afterwards, that was kind of a different step. The semifinal is just they are showing us, first of all, how they can put together a good program. Because a good program is very important in a recital. You know, no one except me, you know, knows what to put in a program for the recital. You know, a presenter is never asking for specific pieces. Yes, maybe one from the whole recital, but everything else is your own way. And the programming is not easy, and sometimes it just doesn't work, you know? The composers doesn't work together. So you need to be very smart and clever about the programming your recital.
And it really shows you something about the person's...
The deepness, the understanding, everything is very important. And second of all, we were looking for someone who has aura around and the charisma on stage, and not just playing notes or anything. I know that everyone has a different approach, but for me, I can feel immediately when the person is sharing music with me. So, you know, that was pretty much it. And of course, with the final round, we are looking for someone who can work with the orchestra, who can work with the conductor, who can listen to the orchestra, who is a real artist. So I'm glad that we have a, you know, real full competition when you have not just the solo recitals, but also opportunity to work with the orchestra, because then you can see a real artist. I hope that the next competition, which will be happening every 3 years here. So in 3 years, I really hope that we can also add a chamber music round, because to see how the young musician work with the trio or quartet is also totally different. It's very intimate atmosphere, it's totally different approach. So I hope this will happen for the next competition.
And that's what your career is everything from solo recitals to orchestra to chamber music.
Oh yes, definitely. And also the preparation, because sometimes you don't have time between one recital program and another. You know, I do one recital program one day, and then I'm flying overnight and I'm in a different place and I'm playing totally different program. So you need to be prepared. So there are no excuse. If you have one day off, you need to be ready 100%. So for me, even though I love everyone, for me all 21 are like my babies. Because, you know, it's you know, my name in the competition, and they're all fantastic players, wonderful talents.
The level of players.
But I just want them, that four, and of course the winner needs to be on top. Absolutely the best.
I think we have another question over here.
Yes, Olga, I'd like to thank you again for hosting, having this event here. I'm curious to know a couple of questions. One is, where will the judges be tonight? Are they scattered in the audience? The second question is, in 3 years, are you going to probably come back here for that event? And the third one is, I was very impressed with all of the judges. Just incredible, as well as your excellent skills. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So the first question, we will be sitting at the mezzanine level because, you know, we don't want to interrupt anyone. We have a special reserved seating on top. So even though it will be full, I'm very happy that it's quite sold out tonight, so it's fantastic. So we will be there not bothering anyone, and we will definitely not make any notes because this is a real concert, so we just want to enjoy, and afterwards we'll decide. So the second question, no, I don't think that the same judges will be judging next time. You know, I think that it's good to have new people coming in the area because, for example, these wonderful people, they gave a great master classes here, and you know, they shared so much great knowledge they have. So I would like to bring new people, and I am just so happy and proud that these people, these incredible musicians could come and join me because I personally asked them to be here. And they're all wonderful people, as you said. So I'm glad that you also found this. And I'm sure that we will be bringing great top-level musicians, great pianists to Albuquerque. So we will still, you know, have that great level to share for the young musicians here, and to put piano music and music in general here in the community, in the area, in a different level.
The judges this year, pianists, but also
Conductors and managers.
And managers.
Yes, yes.
So do all of those people bring a different perspective to what they want to see and hear?
Definitely, but you know, we are all looking for a top specific, as I said, you know, you need to know this, you need to have this on stage, you can work with the orchestra. I mean, all of that is very important. It's that important moments for just, you know, everyone who, I mean, all the juries are looking for the same thing, more or less. Yes, with their personal opinions, but more or less it's the same way. And I think we are all, as I said, we are just all pretty much thinking the same way and feeling the same way. So I'm very happy about that.
Hi, Olga. It's so great to have you here again. We love you too. We're just thrilled that you picked Albuquerque to have this competition. And I know you won in Fort Worth at the Van Cliburn. Was that 2001?
Yes.
And are they still having the Van Cliburn? And also my other question is, will we know tonight who the winner is?
Yes, of course they have Van Cliburn. It's next year. I think it's number 15. So
And
yes.
the Van Cliburn is every,
It's every
4
4
years.
years. Yes. So it's next year. And what was the next question? Yes, yes, definitely. After the concert, we will deliberate, and here will be the announcement for sure. So please stay if you will have time and wait a little bit. So yeah, we will announce tonight.
And tomorrow at 3 p.m. at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, the winners will also be announced, the awarding of prizes and a recital.
And then there will be a recital by all 4 winners, and plus we have some special prizes which we decide already. So there will be, you know, quite interesting program, and not just the 4 winners will be playing.
6 altogether? And Mansell, is there an audience award? Oh, 6 minutes. He's giving me my time left, yes. Because the clock's over there, so I can't see without looking at Olga's legs. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I'm sorry.
The short answer to that is yes, there will be an audience award.
How did you select your judges?
I usually haul out
That,
alone.
you know, that is a great question. I wanted them to be mostly working pianists who are on stage performing. I didn't want to have much teachers, because usually professor of the, you know, university or conservatory, they have their own students playing, and then there can be some. I didn't want that at all, because, you know, as we talk about it in the beginning, I was in many competitions, and I know how it is to have someone who is like, you know, pushing for your own student. So here we had a really great group of people. You know, even me, who is not a teacher, but I give master classes sometimes. I noticed that there was 2 names who I know from the contestants, who played for me in a master class a long time ago. So I couldn't vote for them, because I think that I wanted to be completely fair for all the contestants. So I asked the same thing from the jury. And in total, I think there was, I think only 2 other jurors who had maybe a master class or taught some student long time ago. So we all were very honest, and I love that about this jury. We are all so honest, and it was great to work with these people, really. I am so honored and happy that they could say yes, and they could come, and they could spend 1 week. It's a long time, you know, for the musician who is whose career is on top. You know, it's very rare to have this week. I'm happy I have this week as well. But I'll never book anything in the week when I have such a great event, especially here in my most beloved place. So I'm happy that the jurors are, they said yes, and they are really honest and great people.
I would like to also just sort of, as the week goes on, and maybe you saw some of this if you were streaming, one of the sponsors is Steinway, and it is so great of them to bring two fabulous pianos here, two technicians, Rick Holcomb and his son Justin, who have been working all week. If you got here early, they were polishing and tuning right up to the last minute, and
I want to have these pianos here forever. Because when you will hear them, you'll understand what it is. It's just out of this world. And the two piano technicians who Brad mentioned, they are my piano technicians who worked with me for many, many years. And I recommended them to the competition, to Steinway. And of course, Steinway people knows them. They're working for Steinway for many years. Rick is official main piano technician for Colorado Symphony, and his son is just going all over the world tuning pianos and working on the pianos everywhere. So they're the most incredible technicians.
And-
so
and
you
I
know,
have-
for them it takes a couple of minutes to change anything you want, anything, and it's very rare to have really like that kind of technique, so you can do everything so fast. You know, it's
but they
incredible.
also, I was noticing in the first day at the Hispanic Cultural Center, that night, they came in, they voiced the piano, you came in
I
and
said,
played it.
oh, you know, I like this, I don't like that. They immediately, because they know what I like, and they immediately do it like, you know, a couple of minutes is done. It's incredible.
And then they're
It's
also
magical.
out in the hall listening as well, and then going back up and adjusting according to the hall and the placement of the piano. It's an art that is just an amazing thing to watch.
Yes.
We are just about out of time. I want to, of course, thank Olga Kern for your
I would like to
generous-
thank all of the people and all the host families and all the volunteers, because we would not be able to do it without all of these great people. And I'm just so happy that we have such a great support, and I'm sure that it will continue for many, many years. So thank you all.
Thank you, folks.